Hi class, anytime there is an opportunity to make a video or do something alternative to just typing up a Word document to communicate, I am going to take it. So I'm glad that this assignment offered the video option for our response. So the problem that I wanted to address in regards to classroom management that I've been dealing with is chattiness in the classroom. And I'm sure a lot of phys ed teachers run across this where if they don't transition quick enough, or if the equipment isn't set up, it leaves kind of like cracks in the surface for chattiness to begin. And I'm learning to better my transitions, and I'm learning equipment management, and I am learning the right words to say to correct my students and get them in line so that chattiness isn't as much as a problem as it could be. So, to answer the questions in the discussion post, if I'm finding an individual to be particularly chatty, what I will do is I will change my proximity so that I'm closer to that student while I'm giving directions. I have learned that when you do that, it kind of like sets them straight. Also, what I'll do is if I'm finding that a student is with another student that it would probably be a better choice if they were away from them, I will just physically move them and separate them. And chances are, like, that usually does the trick. If the entire class is insisting on being chatty, some strategies that I take are, I learned this from my mentor. He'll just stop and he'll say, "I'll wait," because I refuse to just talk over kids with that like small chatter in the background. Another strategy is in elementary school, we often have like, if you can hear me, clap once, and then all the students clap. If that doesn't work, if you can hear me, clap twice. If you can hear me, put your hands on your head. If you can hear me, put your hands on your shoulders. And then sometimes it takes like going through it that many times for the class to fall silent. And if it takes a long time, usually I'll just stop and say, "Hey class, like, we have a lot of fun stuff planned for today, and if I keep getting talked over, we're not going to have time to do everything we need to do, and that's going to be a problem." So I like to, move students, move my proximity, clap them down, tell them I'll wait, and ultimately tell them that we're not going to get to what we need to get to, and I'm not going to be disrespected. Like, I'll say it in grade level appropriate ways. Those strategies have been working really well. I think since I learned them from my mentor and he was already using those strategies, a lot of the students are familiar with them. Today I went to observe a 4th grade, 5th grade phys ed teacher in another school in my district, and it was an amazing experience. I learned so much. It's amazing how like different teaching styles are and the approaches. And this teacher's approach is to go heavy on building relationships with the students, and it almost helps in a way where if he has to stop them due to chattiness, you can almost tell that they feel bad that they disrespected him because they have such a good relationship. So like, if you build a relationship with your students, it kind of puts it in a different perspective for them when you do need to quiet them down, and they're not going to want to disappoint you again. I got that sense from these students, and I think this teacher does a really good job at forming these relationships. So classroom management was one of my goals when I first started student teaching, because I realized that like the open space of a gym and the open space of a field is so much different than classroom management in an actual classroom. So I wanted to get really good with that, and I want to feel like I have control over my class, because you don't ever want to be that teacher that's standing there thinking nothing is working. So I feel like I'm getting a good handle on things, and I'm learning a lot from my mentor, and I'm learning a lot by experimenting with it myself.